Good morning. DeSci is pumping. Axon Dow is up 25.8%. Data Lake is up 18%. Preprint 17%. Research Coin 11.7%. Genomes Dow 10%. Bitcoin is looking prime to break out. We hit $66,000 here this morning, literally just an hour ago. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry things might be a little bit discombobulated today. I am live on YouTube and X with 3 monitors, and I just got off of an interview with Shelly from Noble Blocks. I was recording a session with her at 11 a.m. It is 12 p.m. right now, and so my brain is roaring to life. The market is roaring to life, and I hope you guys are also roaring to life. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing? Good morning, Supcola. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, C90. Damani, Zaj. What's everyone doing? Noble Blocks is moving. You're damn right it's moving. It's about damn time. Everything looks a little bit alive today. Now, if we go look at the daily charts for everything looks like this is just a little bit of a rebound to show that there is some life in the markets. But that is a bright and shiny future ahead of us because, well, guess what? It's not just a constant bleed. This right here for Data Lake does, in fact, look like the first of a series of higher lows, which is exactly the definition of an uptrend. It appears to me and my experienced eye in the world of investing that this is the retest we were waiting for to showcase that the bleeding is subsiding. Bitcoin right now, while it is not an official breakout necessarily where we are above the previous high, it does look like it was able to find support on these moving averages, which is extremely good for everything we're doing. It is October, and I know it's kind of a meme, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this indicator on for a second because I think it is funny and low-key, one of the most accurate indicators that exists in the market is the phases of the moon. Very funny, haha, love to see it, whatever. A new moon, meaning there is no moon in the sky, correlates pretty aggressively with a dump in the market, while a full moon correlates pretty aggressively with a pump in the market. And on the 17th, we are getting the full moon, which is just 3 days away. And we are starting to see a rally, which is breaking out above the previous resistances. I know it's funny, but it low-key works pretty decently. At least for this year, it's been working spot on where we pump into the full moons, which just a little bit of fun things to pay attention to here. Let's pull up the moving averages again, though, because I do love my moving averages. And I want to go to the weekly chart with you guys to take a look at everything. And you can see right here on this, I believe it's the 20-week moving average. We broke above it a couple weeks ago, and then we found support. We came down, got rejected off the upper band of this channel, and found support. And now this week so far, we are breaking above it. Now it's Monday, so we have a lot of days ahead of us to indicate whether or not we're going to maintain and hold this breakout. But for the time being, it looks like Bitcoin is trying its best to break out above. There's a lot of reasons for it. End of the day, it's happening, and I'm excited. You should be excited as well. I want to make sure, before I get too crazy with it, that the live stream is functioning, and it looks like it is. So hell yeah, we got 50 views already, which is a stark contrast from last Friday when we went live, because remember, we go live Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. Sorry if that was playing any volume for you guys. And I did not post the link prior to going live, and so now I did. Hopefully you guys get to see it. Let me know if you're on X. I want to see it in the chat because YouTube is alive and well. Speaking of WellShare Health. I know a lot of you guys are excited for WellShare Health. They're almost at 100,000 followers. They have phase 3 of the presale going live in 2 days. The final phase of the presale. Also, it's the 14th. Speaking of the 14th, what's good, Yeti? Howdy, welcome in. Yeti is from Dynex. The 14th is the day that Yeti has been prepping us for on Dynex for this entire month. And look at Dynex for us for a second. It currently on the weekly chart is getting rejected at the moving average, at the 20-week moving average. However, Dynex pumped aggressively from the bottom here. Dynex is up 50% from the bottom. 43 minutes until the announcements. Good morning, Steven. You stop it, mods. Get Patrick out of here. What did I do? What did I do? DeSci. Thanks for education, Patrick. Always active and delivering. Keep supporting. Hell yeah. You guys know I love it. This is part of what brings me joy every morning. And I had a cup of coffee and I cracked open an energy drink already, and I took my stimulant for the day, which means we are ready to move. I have 3 monitors, which means I have YouTube chat, X chat, live stream, so that I can see, make sure everything's going well. OBS, the charts in front of me, Telegram, Discord, everything is pumping. My brain is pumping. All right, let's try and bring it back down to reality and address and talk about the things we want to be talking about here. It's up a few percent. Yeah, I know, but you got to take what you can get, right? So overall, decentralized science right now is up 2.9% to $485 million. I want you guys to remember this because after I go on this rant for a few minutes, we're going to come back and talk about my price predictions for the entire industry. Because the other day, I posted this, which was one of my most liked posts ever. 168 likes, 92 saves, 13,000 views, which is crazy in the world of DeSci. That is a post that went viral in DeSci, right? And it makes sense. It was engagement farming. I posted 10 different DeSci projects, which I'm paying attention to, their current price, and my expectations for peak in 2025. Now, I know those are aggressive, which is why I posted this poll. Now, 39% of you said, yes, bro, what the fuck? That's an aggressive, out-of-touch price prediction for these projects in DeSci. There were 141 votes, so I know that it's a lot of people voting. However, if you look at it from a different point of view, we had 61% of people say, we are going to hit those targets or go higher, which is crazy considering how non-euphoric the market was when I posted this. The market did not look like pure euphoria when I posted it. And so we're seeing some good sentiment out there in the world of DeSci. I'm going to come back and I will justify my price predictions in just a minute. But I want to go through and kind of address different projects out there. So let me go ahead and duplicate. I should have already had all of this pulled up for you guys, but I did not because I was, again, interviewing Shelly from Noble Blocks. And I on Sunday had a long conversation with Delroy from Noble Blocks, and we'll go through that as well for you guys. 43 minutes before what, says Oliver? 43 minutes before Dynex posts their big announcement that they've been teasing in the live stream, or at least Yeti's been teasing this big announcement on the 14th for Dynex for a couple weeks. So thank you for the question, Oliver. Yeah, so we'll touch on that in a minute, but I want to go look at Data Lake and see if there's anything that came out for them that is causing this rally. Now on Mondays, I go through the entire market in DeSci and I put together a large compilation of the news and all the progress that DeSci has made. So after the live stream, I'll be doing that. But right now, what we're seeing is just another podcast episode for Data Lake, which is cool, their 4th one. Polish community assembled together with BitGet PL will take blockchain and healthcare. So, whoa, wait a second. I think this is just, oh, okay, this is just an X space with BitGet and Data Lake. So it looks like Data Lake, though, is going to be getting, is Data Lake already on BitGet? Can someone confirm or deny this? Can you trade Data Lake on BitGet already? If not, this is cool. We're getting a centralized exchange listing. We have 15 concurrent viewers over on YouTube, so please hit that thumbs up, guys. I appreciate all of you guys joining, but we only have 2 likes right now, and I see the chat is active. I see some rockets behind Noble. I see some rockets behind Solnick. Let's get some likes on the live stream, guys. Come on, please. Please. If you're watching on X, hit that like button on the X. It is an X space with BitGet, yes. Is it in an announcement for the listing of Data Lake, or is it already on? Do you guys know? The AMA on our Discord will be recorded and then uploaded to YouTube and X. Bullish. We should join that AMA on Discord after this, but so it doesn't look like there's much of anything that's causing Data Lake to pump. It is maybe this space with BitGet to indicate that we will be getting listed on BitGet. You know what I could do? I could just come here and see for myself instead of asking the chat. LAKE. Data Lake, number 4,044 in the crypto market with a market cap of 5.5 million. It is in fact listed on BitGet. So that's bullish. That's very bullish for Data Lake, is they got a listing on a centralized exchange. So now it's not just Uniswap. Now people can actually get into Data Lake who don't have as much experience in the world of crypto. Those people that like to play it safe and only invest in the coins that are on centralized exchanges. Despite that not being a safe way to go about it, that's still a way that a lot of people look at it. And so we're looking at Data Lake. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Data Lake is such a position in my portfolio. I need things to go well. What else is pumping in the world of DeSci right now? Well, Axon. What's going on with Axon? I mean, Axon is constantly making moves in the space. So let's see. This could also just be a little bit of a relief rally. So set your reminders. Axon AMA, NVIDIA AI Summit. So if you didn't know, this is the second AI Summit hosted by NVIDIA that Axon got to go to, which is very unique because not a lot of crypto projects are getting invited to these summits. And so Axon being one of them, being in DeSci, is giving a lot of credibility to the space. We're also seeing Axon is on Morales. So Axon got its DEX listing. This is something they've been teasing for quite some time. A lot of people were hoping it was Coinbase. I was letting you guys know that no DeSci project is getting listed on Coinbase anytime soon. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Axon did get listed on a centralized exchange, which is very bullish for Axon because, again, we're seeing some of those people who don't like, come on keyboard. You got too many things going? AXGT, GT. Up 26% is crazy for something that's already a $37 million market cap. So it's Bilaxi. What the heck is a Bilaxi? So not yet happened, but it is coming soon. So that's probably a good chunk of the hype behind it. 100 zettabytes of biodata in 2030. Holy shit. Okay, what is playing right now? I can hear it in my headphones. I can hear myself talking in my headphones right now, so I gotta... There we go. Okay. Good thing I had already muted any audio output from my computer on OBS, so that didn't interrupt what you guys are doing, but it's because they want to list RSC. So, it's difficult, and I'm not part of Coinbase, and so I don't know for sure what the cause is, but in order to get listed on Coinbase, you have to have a lot of credentials behind your project. And right now, DeSci is just such a new thing that it's very difficult to get listed on any centralized exchanges unless you want to pay an arm and a leg for it. So they need to kind of prove themselves before they're going to go get listed on things. You know, they have to kind of go through the ringer and get proof that they are legitimate projects and that they are doing things out there and they're not just scams or, more importantly, unregistered securities. And so they have to go through the ringer. Most of them are DAOs, and so you kind of have to get legislation in the United States to prove that DAOs aren't security tokens. And that's something that I've been adamant in trying to do in Florida. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get that bill passed in Florida this session in Congress because it's not getting sponsored by a lot of the DAOs. A lot of the DAOs are not super interested in passing that legislation, which is unfortunate, but I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying to get it passed, and that kind of momentum will ignite potentially some of these DeSci projects getting listed on Coinbase. And so it's a little bit frustrating, and being in Georgia right now and not in Florida is also making it kind of difficult to get any legislation passed in Florida, but we're still trying. I'm actively trying to do it. It's just like there's a lot of things that have to line up appropriately, and low key it takes like $20,000 to $30,000 to actually get legislation passed. Because you have to go pay off the Congress people to get them to sponsor the bills. That's how the system works. Like it, hate it, don't really care. That's part of it. That's just what you do. Preprints up 17.7%. Research coin up 11.7%. I think a lot of this, yes, there is news coming out for a lot of these projects, but I think it's just a relief rally, guys. I think it's just showing that there is life and attainment here. Life and attainment. All right, guy. Noble Blocks needs to make some moves. You are correct. I would love to see Noble make some moves. Noble is... I don't know. You fill in that sentence with whatever you want to fill it in with. So if we take a look at Noble Blocks's chart, you'll notice that if I go to the weekly here for a second, you will notice that at the start of every month, we see a sell-off in Noble, because at the end of every month, we get unlocks from the people who got in on the pre-sale. So the end of September into the first month of October, we had 2 weeks of downward momentum. At the end of August into the first week of September, we saw 2 weeks of downward momentum. At the end of July, first week of August, we saw 2 weeks of... It's the unlocks that happen at the end of each month. That's done. There are no more. There are no more unlocks to be happened. There are some people that still need to claim their tokens, but that's on them. They haven't done it yet. And so right now, the people who are actively selling off Noble Blocks, they're done. They don't have any more unlocks coming up. So that is a bullish catalyst. That aligned with the release of updates from the platform. I'm going to do a poll in the YouTube chat right now. See if you guys want to talk about that right now. Which should I talk about? We're going to talk about we'll talk about both of them, but the order. I want to see which order you guys are interested in. Noble updates or price prediction justification. Start the poll. I'm going to sit here patiently taking a sip. I know my brain is rallying like crazy. I'm ready for a very, very productive Monday. It's 12 p.m. my time. I'm excited for a very productive Monday. This, like, the market being alive like this really, really pushes everything into the forefront of my mind, right? As it should. BitTensor down a little bit today, which is unfortunate, but it rallies kind of on its own time frame here. It's make or break it moment for Bitcoin, for the price of everything. Interestingly enough, this is just a shout out to the people who are working on Apollo Algo, Default, Bad Price, Lucas. This is Apollo Algo's volatility variance indicator, okay? We've talked about it a lot, and you have to pay like $100 a month, and so I'm glad that they post this kind of stuff to showcase the volatile days in the market, but it prints out which days are going to be the most volatile. Now, there is a 24-hour window between each of these days, right? If you notice that they don't have every single day listed. So on the 15th, it predicted we would have the most volatile day in the entire month, the 15th and the 27th. And the 15th plus or minus 24 hours. So it's the 14th right now, and we're seeing an insanely volatile day to the upside, guys, to the upside. So Apollo Algo back at it again with another day of volatility predicted accurately. This is crazy. This AI software, I don't understand how it works, but it is so damn proper. Oh. Yes, C90. We're drinking a nice Zoa, Z-O-A. I don't know how to pronounce it accurately, but Zoa energy drink by The Rock. Not sponsored, although it should be. When The Rock sponsorship, I don't know, man. Hopefully one day soon. One would assume Coinbase wouldn't list other DeFi before RSC. Yeah, and for Brian, that's probably an SEC notice waiting to happen, which is why they're not listing it, C90. I think you're spot on to it. Why is Coinbase not listing DeSci? Because they probably want to list Research Coin first, as it's one of the biggest DeSci projects. Why won't they list that? Because it's Brian Armstrong's project. Brian Armstrong has Wells notices from the SEC about Coinbase listing securities. Brian Armstrong's the CEO, founder, or I don't know if he's the CEO, but one of the co-founders of Research Coin. You know, he can't just list his own project. He's going to get a notice. He's literally trying to lobby Congress right now, so he's got to be very careful. PPJ, let's go. I don't know what that is, but sounds bullish. No blocks price update with unlocks coming in April 2025. I know. But we got time to move, baby. We have time before that. All right. You all voted on the poll. Make sure you voted. Make sure you voted. But another prediction, 27th of this month. So we have some time, but next weekend, next Sunday, not this one coming up on the 20th, but the 27th is supposed to be very volatile. And I will be traveling again, so the live streams are going to get a little bit sus on my laptop, but I will be doing them. Make no mistake, I will be conducting these live streams because we're back in momentum. We're back going hard. I'm ending the poll here to see what the results are. The results are 8 votes, 62% said Noble blocks. So let's give the Noble updates. And then we'll talk about the justification behind the price predictions that I made on this post. So make sure you hit the thumbs up on this live stream. I want you guys to please hit the thumbs up. All right? I would appreciate that. I am going to see one more time, just see how many views. 107 views. That's bullish, guys. The X live streams are bullish. The X live streams are, in fact, bullish. We got 2 reposts. Whoever's doing that, thank you. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Noble blocks. So I'm going to pull up a sheet. Unfortunately, I cannot give you every piece of information that you're asking for here because I'll explain in a second. But I had a conversation with Delroy and I had a conversation with Shelly. I'm going to actually put it on my face. Record. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Look at my setup. Sorry. All right. I'm sorry. The stimulant's supposed to help with ADHD, but I feel like it just makes mine more aggressive. Now, I had a call with Delroy, and we talked for over an hour. Then I had a call with Shelly, and we talked for about 45 minutes. And I've been in constant communications with Shelly, and as of recently, I've been in pretty close communications with Delroy. So I want to address first the amount of FUD and annoyances that are justified. You all are justified in feeling this way, but around Delroy's lack of communication with the public. Now, I want to be abundantly clear with you guys. Delroy, the founder of Noble Blocks, the CEO, is a dev. Okay? We all know devs in our lives. We all know that they are socially hermits. They want to stay in their own bubble and do their own thing. They want to dev. Most devs don't like talking in public places. Most devs like to just dev and do their thing. Most good devs. Delroy is a dev, and I don't think he understood when he started a crypto project that he was going to have a public-facing persona. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to just do his thing and have the marketing arms of everything go out and promote everything and talk about and onboard people. He wants to just build. And so for the last 8 months, he's just been building. And I talked to him about the concerns you guys brought up about how a lot of people are getting kicked out of the Noble Blocks Telegram chat. He not accidentally, he put in a bot which kicks people out if they hit certain triggers. And so he's not doing it. He didn't know that people were getting kicked out, and he was wondering why people were complaining to him constantly about it. So he gave me admin access to it, and so I will be adding a lot of you guys back. So if you got kicked out of the Noble Blocks Telegram, hit me up and I will add you back in, okay? It's not intentional. He didn't know what was going on. He just is trying to dev. And for the last 8 months, he's been working on a series of platform updates. Now, the thing that is so prevalent with this is that when you launch a software as a service, which is what Noble Blocks is, you realistically only get one good moment to shine, right? When you onboard, especially scientists, you have to show a very solid platform. And so you can't just push out one small little update and try and show people and then push out another one and try and show everyone. He wants to push out the completed platform, or at least as close to completion as possible. Now, Research Hub started in 2019, which means they've had 5 years of progress to get to where they are. Noble Blocks started like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago maybe. And so they can look at Research Hub and take the parts that they think are bad and make it better. But ultimately, they have to like take some time to build. Building something like this takes a lot of time. And so I got to talk to Delroy, and I convinced him that the best move forward is for this week. So this week that we're currently in, October 14th, to post a roadmap of the updates that are coming to the Noble platform. And so he's not going to have the dates specific to the updates that are coming, but all of the updates he's been working on for the last several months are going to be outlined in this post for you guys. So everyone's going to have all the information that they need and what has been developing. I can tell you, as most of you guys already know, that there is a game coming, an interesting game. And I got permission to tell you this part about it, okay? This game is on Ton Network. So it's a Telegram-based game. And so what it is I don't know how much details I can give to you guys. I'm so sorry, but I promised him I wouldn't expose everything. I want to give you the overarching theme here, though, because I understand it's kind of weird to see a decentralized science, a publication platform launching a game. But Noble, the front end is built on ICP. So they're taking the features of ICP, and I want to talk about those features in a second, but they're taking the features of Internet Computer Protocol, and they're meshing it with the liquidity and the available funding and the DeFi ecosystem of Ethereum, right? And so ICP is good at hosting front-end servers and hosting everything on-chain. Ethereum is good at DeFi. And so they're taking both and they're merging it together. Now, Delroy is taking a feature from Ton Network, which is access to the billion users on Telegram. And they're merging it in as well. So Noble, from my knowledge, is going to be the first that I've seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm genuinely, tell me if I'm incorrect in this statement. Noble will be the first crypto project I've seen that is integrating 3 blockchains successfully. They're taking and they're pinpointing key features on each of the blockchains and they're adding it in together to create one multi-chain ecosystem. And so the game hosted on Ton Network will be a Telegram-based game in which people can tap to fund science. Very cool, very exciting. It's an interesting take, and it is in the nature of science and experiment. And so we'll see how it goes. I am hopeful. It's really a marketing arm. It's a way to get people aware of DeSci and aware of Noble. And so if you can get 1 million users on this game and convert 1% of those people who are active and interested in science, then you get more exposure to the token, more exposure to the platform, more exposure where it's needed. And it's an interesting model, and it makes Noble very unique in that. Now, the features of ICP, there's going to be a lot of updates that are coming out. One of the exciting things that I saw was, well, 2. I'll give you 2, okay? I'll give you 2 because I got permission to talk about these 2 things. There is an AI tool for summarizing articles. So Noble will be launched here this month with an AI tool that is good for summarizing the articles that get posted. So instead of having to Control F and look for key studies and look for key components in these studies, you're going to be able to upload the article you want summarized, click on the citation method, ask the chatbot a question or the AI tool a question, and have it spit out the answer based off the article. That is a feature I've never seen anywhere for research articles, and it's something that's going to be unique to Noble and very cool to launch with. So very exciting for that. It'll be very fascinating. The other thing is ID verification login. So you guys are familiar with the Noble ID, the Noble digital identity. That is going to be launched here as well. And there, again, this week, we're going to see a roadmap from Noble of all of the updates and when they will be coming. Those are just 3 updates that I wanted to share with you that I got permission to kind of outline are going to be coming out. And so I'm extremely excited for Noble updates here because it's about time, right? It's about damn time. Did that satisfy you guys? Hopefully that satisfied you guys with some of the updates that I was allowed to share with you. I understand it's taking a long time, but good things take a long time. And realistically, I would much rather him have spent these last 7-8 months building while Bitcoin was consolidating and trending down, and then launch the updates right as Bitcoin looks like it's starting to break out. The amount of timing that this takes is beautiful. And it seems painful in the moment, and I get that. It was excruciatingly painful to sit through this time period. But the universe is looking out. The universe is looking out for us, in my humbled opinion. And we consolidated on Bitcoin for 215 days. We've been trending down. And we haven't broken out yet, but it looks like we're starting to. 215 days of downward trending on Bitcoin. We come look at Noble Blocks. It's 197 days old. So for the entire time of Noble Blocks' existence, Bitcoin has been going down. What on earth do you guys think most of the altcoins are going to be doing? So the platform updates are coinciding with the return of the Bitcoin bull run. And I am excited for that. And you guys should be as well. Not financial advice. Do what you want with your coins. I'm holding all of mine. And John Smith says, when Noble $1, Noble hits $1, and I get a tattoo of Noble Blocks on my body. The first ever tattoo I'll have gotten will be of the Noble Blocks logo. Noble Blocks hits 30 cents, 25 cents. We go on the Noble Blocks yacht cruise. You guys, I don't know. A moment of silence for everyone who is selling the actual bottom. Come on. Did that answer or validate your guys' questions? Was that what you guys were looking for? I'm actually curious. Was that okay? It's trash day and I forgot to put the trash out before going live, which means the garage is going to smell like actual garbage for the rest of the week. God damn it. In my opinion, bullish. Thank you, Sepcola. I also agree. In my opinion, very bullish. Very, very bullish. I mean, Noble is a $2.1 million market cap. And in my opinion, Noble Blocks goes to $1 this cycle. It's a fourth of a penny right now. Going to $1 is more than a 200x. Noble tramp stamp. No, it won't be a tramp stamp, MK. Thank you, though. Whoever's hitting the likes on the YouTube live stream, appreciate you. To be honest, I'd clip this and drop this video into the Noble chat and pin it. I know. I don't want to get in trouble with Delroy, though. I might. If somebody has clipped this, you send it to me, and I will see what I can do with it. I feel like I need to respect his want to post the updates on the platform through the actual official pages and not through a conduit of myself. I am okay telling you guys because you guys are here with me every day. And I feel like you guys deserve the updates because you've been sticking with me and supporting me as much as possible. I think I'd be willing to post that clip. I'll talk to him. I'll ask him. If somebody clip it and send it to me, I'll ask him. It comes off as more authentic when you see your face rather than just text. I agree. And I will be making videos on each of the updates, and so will Delroy. Delroy said that they'll be making videos for each and every update so that it can be pushed out there to everyone through video form and text. I agree, though, which is why I will be making update videos per update that comes out for Noble Blocks. As an advisor, I feel like it's part of my responsibility. It's part of my duties. And again, I'm an advisor, which means my opinion is biased and should not be taken as financial advice because, well, that's illegal. It's not financial advice, and I don't know your personal financial situation, so I literally can't give you financial advice. I'm not a registered financial advisor, although if everything goes well this cycle and I make my millions of dollars and we go on to working in real estate, if we actually conduct this portfolio challenge appropriately and we go from bag holder to homeowner, I will probably go get my financial license so that I can give financial advice because it's kind of fun and I want to do stuff like that. But if we can actually get this up to the bag holder to homeowner portfolio challenge, if everything goes smoothly, then maybe I will become a licensed financial advisor because I'll have tons of free time. I do both, to be honest, for people who don't want to watch also. Facts. You're right. Now, why am I so convinced in saying Noble Blocks to $1? Why is that something I'm confident putting my name behind? I mean, these are some crazy price predictions. Don't get me wrong. These are actually crazy price predictions. Dynex to $103. Is Dynex going to like $15-20 billion? Okay? It's not something to laugh at. Like, that's an aggressive price prediction for something that's sitting at 40 million right now. 40 million, 42 cents, which means $1 is 100 million, $10 is a billion, and $100 is $10 billion market cap for Dynex. That's a lot. Axon Dow going to $7.40 is like a $1.5 billion market cap. Lake going to $1.40 is like a $1.4 billion market cap. Noble at $1 is a $400 million market cap. VitaDow at $30. I don't actually know it's 30x from here, which I think would put it just under $1 billion, right? So these market caps are very aggressive. Why am I okay with saying stuff like that? Well, if you can bear with me for a second, because I'm going to do some moon math and some brief explanations. And I really do want you guys to consider what I'm saying, okay? I really do want you guys to bear with me on this, because I think it's important that we can really get out of this bear market PTSD that everyone has. We've been in a downtrend for a while, and it's been a long time since we've seen this crazy euphoria that happens every single cycle. Every cycle we see just pure euphoria where everything goes into a bubble and everything is overly hyped, overly valued, right? So last live stream on Friday, we went through some of the altcoins and saw when a lot of them peaked. And we saw it was either April of 2021 or November of 2021, right? When these two peaks happened on Bitcoin. So if we take the higher one and we can go to crypto total market cap, okay? And if we go back and look at last cycle, we'll see that the total market cap of crypto peaked out at just about $3 trillion. And we're sitting down here at 2.3 trillion right now with the total market cap of crypto. I think, personally, we go to $10 trillion, which would be a 3x on last cycle, okay? Follow with me. I know this is rough math, this is rough estimations, but it gives you an idea of what I'm thinking for this cycle. So I think we see the total market cap of crypto 3x from last cycle, which would put us at around $10 trillion. So if we come look at the historical charts for crypto, and we come to the November 10th week of 2021. So scroll down here to 2021, November, let's do November 14th, okay? Because that's close enough. We can come look at the market caps of some of the top coins. And I want to scroll down and show you guys that there was 110 different coins that had a market cap of over $1 billion. 110 projects with over $1 billion. Which means if we were to 3x this, and it's very rough, I understand that. If we were to 3x this, we're looking at 110 coins with a market cap of 3 billion or more, right? If we come down and look at what is a third of $1 billion, that would be 350 million, give or take. So if we look at how many coins had a market cap of 350 million or more, it's really like 334 million. So if we look at this as down here, right here, there was 179 crypto projects with a market cap of $330 million or more. That means I think that we can roughly assume we'll see about 180, 179 projects that have a market cap of $1 billion or more. Okay? Are you following? You're following my logic assumptions here. We're looking at 180 projects with a market cap of $1 billion or more if the total market cap of crypto gets to $10 trillion this cycle, which is a large assumption, but that's the assumptions I'm making. If we can go ahead and take a look at what DeSci is and where we think it's going, I think it's reasonable to say that DeSci hits a total market cap of 2% in this cycle, okay? 2% of crypto will be DeSci, in my opinion. I think that DeSci takes off as one of the major narratives in the industry, and I think that we see like the 50 DeSci projects encompass 2% of the total crypto market. That puts us at a market cap for DeSci of $200 billion. 2% of 10 trillion is 200 billion. If we look at it as a function of percent of coins that are DeSci coins, if we have 180 coins and 2% of them are DeSci coins, so 180 that are $1 billion in market cap or higher, 2% of them are DeSci. We're looking at 3.5 coins, 3 or 4 coins in the top 180 being DeSci. I don't think that's that big of an assumption to make. I don't. I think that's very modest. I think that is, yes, things align correctly, obviously, but that's pretty modest. 3 or 4 DeSci projects hitting $1 billion in market cap. And that's what I've been saying for the entire time that I've been talking about DeSci. I think we see 3 or 4 projects hit $1 billion market cap. And I'm saying Axon is one of them. I'm saying Data Lake is one of them. I'm not even saying Noble Blocks is one of them, guys. Noble Blocks getting to $1 is a $400 million market cap. If we go look at the historical snapshots of the crypto market, in order to get to a $400 million market cap, divide it by 3, that's like a $130 million market cap of this, right? We need to go look at the coins. How many coins have $130 million market cap or higher? And it's not even, it's like 300 different coins had that in last cycle. So Noble Blocks would need to get to one of the top 300 projects in the crypto market space, which I get is a lot to ask for, but we're already seeing like 100 meme coins do that. We're already seeing hundreds of projects do that this cycle. Let's go look at some of the market caps of, right? Let's go look and see how many coins right now have a market cap of $400 million. Right now, we're seeing 186 of them. I think this 3x's. So I think that we can go all the way back to how many projects have a market cap of 140 million or higher. And I think that the list of projects that are $400 million in market cap or higher will go this far into it. So we're looking at 362 you guys get my moon math here? You guys are starting to understand why I am confident in saying this. I think Research Coin hits $1 billion. I think Data Lake hits $1 billion. I think Axon hits $1 billion. I think Bio Protocol, the token that we're doing the pre-sale for right now, I think that hits $5 billion. Understand where you're getting your information from and understand who's talking to you right now. Understand that I'm basing my entire career around DeSci. And so obviously my numbers are going to be Cathie Wood-esque, right? They're going to be, who's the CEO of MicroStrategy? Michael Saylor-esque. They're going to be very high price targets because I have that conviction, and the evidence in my conviction is that I'm basing my entire career around it. Like, this is what I do for a living, guys. This is what I do for a living. You guys have your day jobs. This is all I do all day, right? So all of my eggs are in this basket for the most part. This is my base case. My bull case is we see DeSci take up 5% of the market cap, which would be 2.5 times that I showed here, which means that we see $500 billion in market cap spread amongst 50 DeSci projects, which means we see a lot of them hit $1 billion in market cap. And so, yes, these are high price targets for a reason. I don't think many of you guys remember or are thinking that we'll see it again, this euphoric stage in the market. I do think we see it. And so I'm confident in saying this. Does that make sense for you guys? Am I out of touch? Maybe. Am I going to double down on that statement? Yes. 61% of you guys agree with me. So maybe it's not that maybe it's not that outlandish. And as Lucas says, believe in something. Believe it. Noble needs 5% tax to go. No other DeSci has that. It'll sway investors. I agree. It is a barrier for people to pay attention to it. I'm pretty sure, and I don't think we've talked about it in a while, and I forgot to ask Delroy about it, but I'm pretty sure the plan is to get rid of that tax once the platform is live and going forward. I could be wrong, so don't take me to the bank on that one. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that is the plan. I could be wrong though, so I'm sorry. Don't get your hopes up too much. To be frank, which the current TBF, I don't know what that means. TBF, which the current prices, we fall short of those targets. The return should be amazing. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. If we look at these and it's like, oh my goodness, Patrick, that investor said Data Lake was going to get to $1.40 and we didn't even get half that high. Data Lake only went to 60 cents. It's like, brother. That's a 20,000 X. Oh, I did $60. Never mind. 0.6 divided by 0.003. That is a 200X, guys. If we only get to 60 cents on Data Lake, that's a 200X. That puts Data Lake at a market cap of like 400 million, 500 million. Or I think probably higher, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud. Oh, well. Oh, no. He was wrong, and I only made a 200X, not a 400X. Oh, no. Axon didn't get to $7.40. It only got to $4. Oh, no. How dare he? Are you shilling Mandy's bags? Mandy is... I'm trying to get Mandy into Dynex aggressively. Mandy holds a good chunk of Lake, and I think that's it. Because I have a lot of money in DeSci, and so it's like, all right, you could do DeSci, or you could find your own narrative and go crazy with that one. When does platform go live? As I said, we'll be getting a incremental rollout of all of the features that are coming for updates. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 updates for the Noble Blocks platform. So as Delroy said to me that all of the updates will be completed by the end of next week. So assume like all of them. So there are already updates that are completed. So assume this week we'll get the roadmap. Next week we'll get the first unveiling of an update. The week after we'll get the second, right? Because these are a lot of things that are coming to the platform. And so they have to do a slow rollout of each feature. Not really slow, it's still a rapid rollout. He said by the end of November, everything will be updated for the platform. So we'll get a month of excitement and hype. Because as the features can be ready, but the marketing strategy is to have a continuous hype to build up excitement for the platform. And so, yeah, that makes sense. Bro, I hear hype about Well Token. Just chill. We talked about Well Token briefly at the beginning of it. Not welcome, but Well Share Health. I think it's hype. I think they'll do good. They're doing the pre-sale phase 3 on October 16th. So there's got 2 days. It'll be open for 30 minutes if you haven't gotten into any of the others. The only problem is that US investors can't get into it. But Noble going to 30 cents, which is 100 million, is still insane from a return standpoint. Yeah, it's retardio. A $2 million market cap to a $100 million market cap, guys, is a lot of returns. A lot. And I didn't even talk to you guys about the fact, listen to me when I say this, because I'm starting to hype it up as much as I can, but I don't feel like a lot of people are fully conceptualizing what I'm saying when I make this statement. So let me find it so that I can prove to you guys that I'm not just pulling stuff out of my butt. What I'm showing you guys here is a report to the U.S. Congress of Financing Mechanisms for Open Access Publishing of Federally Funded Research. Okay? This is legislation that passed this year, or November of 2023. So it passed late last year. Okay? In this piece of legislation, it dictates that by the end of 2025, so the end of next year, all government-funded research needs to be posted and published on open access platforms. I've said it a bunch of times, I've said it a ton of times. There's 17 of you guys watching this live stream on YouTube right now. So listen carefully when I say this. The US government funds hundreds of millions of dollars worth of research and development. All of that must be posted on an open access platform. So this narrative that we've been pushing for in the world of DeSci, for open access, open source funding, and just transparency in the scientific industry, in the world of research and development and academia, the entire DeSci movement is rooted on this ideology. And the roadblock has been trying to compete with the companies that already exist, which are making $20 billion a year in revenue and taking home 40% of that in profits. These are the actual numbers, by the way. So that entire industry is shifting from a closed off access system to an open source system, an open access system. DeSci is the embodiment of that movement. The White House is pumping our bags, guys. The White House is forcing the industry to move into DeSci. Now, it's not going to be everything comes over to Research Hub, Noble Blocks, and Bio Protocol. That's not what's going to happen. Because a lot of the current companies that are existing in the ecosystem are shifting their model. So a lot of the publication platforms have gotten rid of that paywall, but instead of charging us to view the research, they're charging the researchers to post the research. How does that make sense? You think the researchers are going to put up with that when they can get paid to post the research somewhere else? No. It's shifting the entire industry. Why would you post on a journal that's going to charge you to post when you could come to Noble Blocks or Research Hub and post there and get paid to post? So the US government is literally forcing the industry to come to us. If that doesn't make you bullish, I don't know what's going to. I really don't. More than 100 million in annual research and development expenditures. So shout out. I have to actually send this to Shelly because we were talking about it and I promised I would send this over to her. So let me. Hit that like button. You're damn right, Sup Cola. LOL, Mandy, you should find your own narrative. Sounds like a modern day breakup phase. No, Truth, no. It's encouragement. It's encouragement. She's smarter than I am. So she's going to, when she gets into something, she goes crazy with it. She's very dedicated to the cause. So I want her to find that thing that gives her the same excitement that gives me. So platform this month, just updates. No, platform. So the platform for Noble Blocks is live right now, guys. Like the platform is out. It's just that it's not as good as it could be. And so the platform is there. You can go use it right now. It's just that the update, which is going to enable us to onboard the researchers we've been talking to, the updates are coming through this month. So through the next rolling 30-day period is when the platform is going to be fully updated. So the update is coming this month. You know? If Jolly Green is in, he'll push it. Just chill. How come I don't hear him talk about Noble anymore? They jumping ship unless I'm wrong. This is not a knock to Jolly Green. This is just the reality of the KOL industry. Noble is not paying for people to talk about it right now. And so it's really just the people who are passionate to talk about it, talking about it, i.e. me. So Noble, yeah. Axon is paying budgets to get people to talk about it. Wellshare is paying for people to talk about it right now because it's doing the pre-sale. A lot of the projects that Jolly talks about, they are receiving payment for. And that's not a knock to any of it because he's a good dude. They're good people. They're not going to talk about projects that they don't actually believe have a good long-term future. It's just that they're also going to talk about the ones that you're getting paid to talk about, right? But you're not going to accept those deals unless you think it's got a good future ahead of you. I've noticed that also. Damn, I got to talk to him. I got to get him back on payroll. Do they clearly define open access? I'll post that as well. I'll post this into the chat as well. You guys can view it if you want. and I'm gonna post it on X so you guys can see it. Although it is posted on X, but go ahead and view it. But don't leave the live stream yet. God damn it. Do you have to pay Noble Blocks to post science research? No, John. No. So it's a bounty system. So you post your research and you pay for you post a bounty of, let's say, 10,000 Noble Blocks. You post your research and you post a bounty that says 10,000 Noble Blocks to whoever can peer review this article. And then people who are accredited, people who have experience and are valid people to peer review, come in and peer review it. And then they get paid to do that, right? And then you build up your reputation in the industry and you're getting compensated to do stuff. So you're kind of still paying to post, but you're just you're paying your peers. You're not paying a centralized warehouse, a centralized corporation that's gonna just take your money. So it's not a forced payment, it's just a bounty system. And the same thing goes for the people who have questions. If you have a good question, you can post it and people can give you money for asking that question and inciting some research. There's also the job board for Noble Blocks, so you can go and collaborate with your peers and post a job, and then someone else can apply for that job through Noble Blocks. And so it's fostering an ecosystem of open source collaboration. Are you saying that she is sapiosexual? I do not know what that means, and I'm gonna call the mods in. Mods! Yep. In the future, would Noble pay people to push Noble? Because I think that's a huge thing. It doesn't matter how good the site is. If the crypto population doesn't know, I don't think we will go as far as we could. It's a tricky situation, my guy. So the short answer is yes, we'll do marketing in crypto. The long answer is the crypto population are not necessarily researchers. The academic population is researchers. And so we have things lined up to get exposure to hundreds of thousands of researchers, but the marketing budget's going to be better suited to post in the academic journals a research article on the benefits of open access research, right? If somebody could conduct that research, make a publication, and post it on one of the big known posting institutions, that works good. Another thing is, because of this legislation that passed from the White House, some of the academic article journals and stuff are starting to accept sponsored posts. So what you could do is create a sponsored post, pay the journal to take market share from them. So the marketing budget's going to be better suited in elsewhere, but I do agree with you that we do need to get some hype in the broader crypto market for the token itself. The longevity of the platform is going to be dependent on people using it, but the gains from the token are going to be dependent on the generation of hype. Now, I think most people know of Noble Blocks. There are a lot of people that already know of this because of how much marketing we did at launch, and then the hack made it go viral in crypto. So a lot of people know of it, and I think when you see Noble Blocks go up 700% in 2 weeks, I'm not actually saying it's going to go up 700% in 2 weeks, but I'm saying that if you see it go crazy, people are going to get that FOMO, and they already know about it. So, yeah. That's kind of my take on everything. Keep coming with questions. Saposexual is someone who is sexually or romantically attracted to people who are highly intelligent and considers intelligence to be the most important trait in a partner. Oh, I like that. I thought it was going to be some perversion that you were trying to ensue here. I like that. That is cool. Then I'm going to say yes, as she is my girlfriend and attracted to me, and that means that I must be intelligent. I don't know how we're getting down that rabbit hole. I've seen some concerns on projects that don't need their token, if that makes sense. Lots of projects just use the crypto community as a fundraising thing. Yeah, that is part of... I'm nice, at least to Mandy. You're right, Truth. So, Damani, yes. I've gotten in several arguments with people over this subject, and I feel it is warranted its own video. On TikTok, before my platform got deleted, when I had almost 100,000 followers over there, I got into a large-scale debate with another creator there, Conversations with Evan, and the morning show that he hosts on TikTok. And we went back and forth in a couple videos because he was saying that DeSci doesn't need a token at all and that it's just a grift to raise money off of community. And I was going back at him saying who is to say what is needed and what is not needed? None of crypto is needed to survive. All of this is made up. Everything we're doing is made up. The internet is made up. You don't need the internet to live. So what is needed and what is not needed? You need food. You don't even need shelter. So houses are made up. You don't need shelter. And I know I'm getting a little bit in the weeds, a little nuanced over it, but my point is that the entire financial system is made up. We made all of it up. None of it is inherent in the world. Gold doesn't have intrinsic value. We made up the value for gold. We made up its valuable thing in human nature. It's a societal construct. And so society is shifting into the digital age. And the digital age is going to be encompassed via digitally native currencies like blockchain that are supported by blockchain technology. And so if what we're seeing in society is a shift from file cabinets of research papers to digitally posted research papers, we're going to see digital warehouses come up. And society is valuing publication in an open access way, an open access platform. We're going to see society value open access. And if the platforms that have open access create an incentive model based around a token in the ecosystem on that platform, if that's what we see society shift into, who's to say it's not needed? That's what we've deemed is how it's going to work, right? We're seeing Research Hub, which is an active ongoing platform, see all-time highs, see publications being posted on Research Hub that are in alignment with some of the top academic publication warehouses in the industry. Nature Journal posts around the same number of articles per week as Research Hub. We're seeing the shift move over to Research Hub. And so if society starts valuing these tokens, who's to say that they're not needed? It's just what we have deemed the next stage in the monetary evolution of whatever industry you're talking about. And so I don't think it matters if you think or if I think this token's not needed. If society is giving it a need and a value, that's what matters. Do you need to pay to post on a platform? No, you don't. But we're seeing decentralized social media pop up in which people are having to pay to post on platforms. It's not really taking over like it could, but my X live stream just went out, so I only scheduled it for an hour. So sorry I didn't give the outro on X, but you guys understand what I'm saying? Does it make sense to you guys, the reasoning I'm saying? Crypto is the stock market 2.0. I agree. Crypto is VC funding made accessible to the public, which is why the US government is so against it, because we're not accredited investors, and yet we get access to VC-like opportunities. And it's risky. Most startups fail. And so most cryptos are going to fail. It's very risky. Crypto is venture capitalism. You get to invest in potential unicorns. That's why they have the idea of accredited investors, is so you understand. Evan's a douche, LOL. No, he's a good guy. He means well. He's trying to protect people. Your hair is not sponsored by HairDAO, sir. This is a crime. Oh, I'm back live? Weird. Weird. I don't know. As long as people think it's worth something, that's all that matters. I agree. I had to shift from cat coffee to Mandy teasing. I respect it. You gotta have a little bit of trolling, otherwise the live stream's not as exciting. I mean, I guess the token is used for something. That's how researchers get paid, but won't it just be a bunch of researchers selling to pay their bills and whatnot? It's an ecosystem. It's an incentivization model. So let's say you post an article and you post the bounty for someone to peer review, and I come in and I peer review your article, and then I get paid for that peer review process. Let's go to the raw screen record, or just record. And then I get paid for that peer review process. I'm going to take those tokens, and as a researcher, I'm going to hold on to those Because I view the platform as something that's growing, and everything is supply and demand in the world that we've created. And so if demand for the platform is growing, then supply is limited, the price of the token is going to go up. So I might speculate a little bit on it and hold on to those tokens. And then next month when my research is done, I might post my research and ask for someone to come peer review, and I'll post that bounty with the tokens that I'm still holding from the review that I did. And so yes, they're going to sell the tokens and take that money that they got for their work and go live their life. But if they're actively researching and they're actively posting stuff, they're probably going to hold on to some of those tokens, especially if you can create different like staking pools or voting mechanisms that incentivize people to hold on to those tokens. If you make it so that you have to hold on to your tokens to, for example, have access to the AI platform that NobleBlocks is releasing as well. The AI summarization tool. Let's say you make it so you have to hold on to 1 million Noble to gain access to this AI tool. Then all of a sudden people are incentivized to hold on to their NobleBlocks token, and it gives them a reason to hold it and use it in their research, right? Voting would be a nice idea. Absolutely. How can I be a paid that investor sponsor? Why am I doing this for free? If I get enough, if DeSci takes off, I'll start paying the mods maybe. Although I don't have any mods. It's just part of the trolling that I do with you guys is whenever you guys start trolling me, I yell for the mods to come in and delete stuff. But the joke is on me and you because there are no mods. And for long term, because it's huge. Yeah. How does the Noble site itself generate money? That's a good question for Delroy. There's a lot of different ways that are going to move forward with how the platform is generating money. Yeah, that's a good question. And there's a lot of different avenues that it can go forward with. Right now it's pre-revenue because right now it's low-key pre-product. The product is coming out. The product is out. The updates to the product that are going to make it worth anything are coming out as well. The way that the platform is currently making money is through the unlocks that are going to happen in March. It's a treasury. When they've raised funds through the token sale, you get a treasury full of money that you can use to go and expand. And then once the expansion is, that's why I'm saying it's VC. VCs invest in stuff pre-revenue most of the time, and at least pre-profit. So it's going to have to just be time, you know? I am Patrick's product. Sus. That is sus. All right. I am going to McTrate. I'm going to piss myself. So I'm going to say that time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. And I hope you guys are excited to see how decentralized science is starting to take off. DeSci up 1.6% today. The total market cap for crypto is currently bouncing off of this 200-day moving average. If we can break above this and find support, it is off to the races. Bitcoin is trying its best to break out above this 8 or 9 month channel. We are back, baby.